Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. In this video, we are going to check out some awesome books. At least I think that they're awesome. I think they're awesome. Maybe you will think they're awesome. I don't know. At the end of the day, you're going to let me know in the comment section whether you agree with me or not. But what we're going to do is to unbox one comic, open up an AOK, and to look at some books that I picked up at a local comic shop for New Comic Book Day. That is essentially the rundown. And if you are curious what I picked up, I want to encourage you to stay tuned for the video. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel for some reason or another, I want to officially invite you to do so now. That way you can stay abreast of all the content that I release from the channel, and it also makes you eligible for the giveaway that I do every single week, in which I give away a comic valued somewhere between $150 and $200 thanks to my friends at Go Collect. With that said, let's get to the books. So as I mentioned in that brief intro, we are going to check out some awesome books. Again, at least I think that they're awesome. This first one is an AOK, and we are going to crack it open. And this one comes from my man Clyde, aka Wheels. He says, "Hey Reggie, thanks for all your great content based on your love for Forge. Here are some books featuring him for you to keep or to pass on." Shout out to my man Clyde. Definitely appreciate you, brother. He put this together with some in a Gemini mailer with some painter's tape. So we are going to open this up and see what he sent over. And I do not talk about Forge all that often, but Forge and I go way back. Forge and I go way back. These are some cool books. These are some cool books right here. All right, so the very first one, I do believe, is the first appearance of my man Forge. This is issue number 184 of the X-Men. Next up is issue 186, and you have to love Forge in the short shorts. You have to love it. This was his thing, long socks and short shorts back in the day. There's a lot of that in this issue right here. And then the last one he sent is Uncanny X-Men 198. This is a really fantastic Barry Windsor Smith, Chris Claremont's book right here. Awesome stuff. Clyde, brother, thank you very much. I do love some Forge, and not because of the short shorts. I just find him to be an incredibly dope character that takes me right back to my childhood. So awesome books. Thank you, brother. I definitely appreciate it. So I'll show you guys a couple of the books that I actually picked up at a local comic shop recently, starting off with Ultra Mega. Ultra Mega from Skybound is a really awesome book. If you guys haven't read it, it is not necessarily a book that I would have picked up. I'm gonna be completely honest about that. Not necessarily a book that I would have picked up, but I had an opportunity to read it. And at the time, it was introduced to me as a kaiju book. I didn't know what a kaiju was. Had no clue what it was. Had to Google it. Googled it. Found out it was like, you know, Ultraman, Godzilla, Power Rangers type of stuff. And I still didn't know if I was going to like it. I ended up reading the book. I read it and I actually enjoyed it. It was a little bit of some superhero, you know, Godzilla stuff mixed with a little bit of like some family drama. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. So much so, again, that I went ahead and picked up a hard copy of the A cover as well as one of the variants. And I cannot remember who the artist was for this, or better said, I cannot remember the artist's name. I do believe that this is the person that actually did Silver Surfer Black. It's what I call a Laffy Taffy type of style. Not the back cover, but certainly the front cover. It's just very fluid, probably the best way that I could describe it. But again, Ultra Mega from Skybound, I enjoyed it. I picked up this copy right here, Radiant Black, and I think that this is issue number 2. I have yet to read this. I read issue number 1, and I wasn't exactly blown away. I felt like the book had some potential, so that's why I ended up picking up this cover, because I think that this is issue 2. But also, I thought the cover was beautiful. I thought that it was a really, really nice cover. And hopefully the story actually gets a little bit better. So fingers crossed that that indeed happens. Also went ahead and snagged this. This is issue number 18 of X-Force, and I've been reading this from issue 1. Probably going to stop it at about issue 20. I did get this one, Immortal Hulk, issue number 44, and thank you to all of those people out there on one of my previous videos when I said that I was going to stop buying Immortal Hulk, and people were like, it ends at 50. So I'm going to ride it out. I'm going to ride it out. I've been with Immortal Hulk this long. We're going to just ride it out until the end. Speaking of riding it out until the end, Noctera. Oh, love it. Love this book. Love this book. And by this point, you may have already seen one of my videos in which I picked up a healthy number of issue number 1, all the different variants that was out there. That's how much I liked it. This one is actually the glow-in-the-dark cover, and I picked this one up after many of you actually made me aware of the fact that there was a glow-in-the-dark option, because I honestly did not know it. But really cool book. Here is issue number 13 of Thor. I'm a little behind on this one, but again, a really awesome read by Donny Cates. 2 more books to go. Erratic. Love this. This reminds me of some early Peter Parker, Spider-Man kind of stuff. And I think it's only 5 issues. This is issue number 4 of Erratic. And I thoroughly enjoy this read. And I'm hopeful that AWA and the creator will actually continue doing something with this character, because I honestly do find the character interesting. And if you haven't read it, check it out. It's a good read. The very last book is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 61. This is the introduction of the new costume. I am like part of the way through reading this one, and it's not bad. It's not bad, to be completely honest. I'm definitely behind on Amazing Spider-Man, but I did start reading this one because of the new costume, so I wanted to make sure that I checked that out. All right, so next thing I want to do is to open up, and I cannot find my box cutter. I'm going to open up this box here. I actually ordered something off of the eBay, and it has been a little while since I actually bought something off of eBay, but I saw this book. It's a book that I wanted because I think I sold my copy of this book a while ago, and I've been meaning to pick it up again for quite some time, and I just could not find, I should say, the book at a fair price for the grade that I actually wanted, because the copy I sold was a lower grade, and it was one of those things where I promised myself that I was going to get another copy, and it was going to be a higher grade, and then I just forgot. I honestly just forgot. And so the price on the book kind of took off, and then I refused to pay the higher price. So in this case, I was able to find this one at a fair price. It's not exactly the grade that I want, but that is okay for now because it's a really awesome book, and the price was good, and I'm still going to hold out hope that I can find the grade of this one that I want. And they wrapped this thing pretty well, so I am stalling trying to get to this book. There we go. We are ready. We are ready to show it. And it is good to have you home, my friend Gambit. There you go. X-Men issue number 266, the first full appearance of Gambit. Again, I had a copy of this book from my childhood and sold it off. And it is nice to have this book back. And as I look down the spine of this book, my guess is that this book actually was not pressed. That is my guess, is that this book was not pressed at all, and this book could potentially get a grade bump. I'll have to take a close look at it, but I'm definitely seeing some pressable defects, and that's one of the good things sometimes about buying books from folks, is that you can sometimes get a lucky bounce. Unfortunately, this one actually has off-white pages, so that's a little bit of a downside, but again, if I could get it to a 9.8, that's not a bad way to go. But I'm gonna eyeball this thing and see if a grade bump is possible. And there are videos here on the channel where I actually talk about how best to do that, how best to examine a book. Yeah, that book definitely was not pressed. definitely was not pressed. You can see that other books have been stacked on top of this book, and then a couple of pressable spine ticks that are apparent to the naked eye. So we may be looking at a higher grade. We shall see. We shall see what happens with that one. But to that point of that really awesome CGC book that I managed to add back into my collection, I want to give you an opportunity to add a really awesome book to your collection thanks to my friends at Go Collect. And if you've never watched one of my videos before, every single week I take an opportunity to give away a really cool graded comic, and it is valued somewhere between $150 and $200. And all you have to do is to watch the videos to find a phrase to be able to enter into the contest. And one big thing that I will tell you is that this is like Fight Club. We don't talk about the giveaway book in the comment section. We simply watch the videos, find the phrase, enter the contest, and hope that we are the winner. That's basically what we do. If you need guidance on how to enter my weekly giveaway, there is a video here on the channel that will walk you through the entire process. And all you have to do is to search for Regie Collects Go Collect giveaway. And like I said, there is a video that will walk you through it. But the process is relatively straightforward. You basically have to be a subscriber of the channel, a resident of the United States, a resident of Canada, or have a mailing address. That is essentially it. Now, with that said, you do need the phrase that I will give you in just a moment in order to enter the giveaway. Here's the book. It is Mind Bomb issue number 1, a 9.8 with white pages. We've actually given this book away, I don't know, maybe 3 times before, but we're going to continue to do it because it's just a really awesome book. And the phrase for this week is red foil. Red foil is the phrase for this week. Why? Because it's a red foil book. That's why we're going to do it. That is the phrase. And once you enter into the giveaway, all you have to do is to basically watch the Ready, Set, Go preview show, which airs on Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time to find out if you are the winner. And if you are, you have 1 week to claim your prize. With that said, I'm going to wrap this video up. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch it. Clyde, thank you again, brother, for the awesome Forge books. I definitely appreciate it because he is one of my favorite characters. But if any of you need to get in touch with me, feel free to do so on Instagram at Regie Collects. Take care.